Hi, in this video I am going to talk about salting process on the salted duck egg. It involves osmoanabiosis mechanism. Osmoanabiosis is a mechanism in which a microorganism's metabolism is almost zero, close to apparent death caused by the diffusion of water molecules from a less concentrated solution to a more concentrated solution over a semi-permeable membrane. Salted duck eggs was initially produced in China centuries ago in order to prolong the shelf life of duck eggs in the absence of refrigeration. The ingredients and materials needed are 3 duck eggs, 1 cup of salt, 2 cups of water, 2 plastic bags filled with water and tied by rubber bands, 2 containers, weighing scale, and a small bowl. Next is the method to make the salted duck eggs. First, we need to weigh the eggs. Please make sure that the initial reading is 0 before start weighing. The weight of all eggs will be recorded. Then, we put it in separated containers that have been labeled as A and B, and the unsalted egg was put in a small dry bowl. Then, 2 cups of water were boiled and 1 cup of salt was added. The mixture was mixed until the salt cannot dilute. Then, the salt solution was put aside to be cooled for about 5 minutes. After that, the salt solution was added into each container and 2 eggs were put into the 2 separate containers, 1 each. 2 plastic bags that has been filled with water and tied with a rubber band was put into each container to make sure the eggs were fully immersed in the solution. Another 1 egg was put in a small bowl. Lastly, the containers were closed and were put on a shelf with the bowl. After a week, weigh the final weight of each egg. It was observed that there is a white mark in the small bowl. Next, we boiled the eggs for about 30 minutes and the eggs were cut into 2. The taste and the texture were observed. And actually, at the first trial, I have salted 3 eggs and were left about 2 weeks. And this is the result. This is a short simulation of the mechanism during the salting process. The salt in the salt solution diffuses into the egg since the salt concentration is higher in the salt solution, while the water from the egg diffuses out into the salt solution by osmosis, since the salt solution is hypertonic to the egg. The results of the experiment is as shown in Table 1 and 2. As shown in Table 1, the weight of the salted egg increased by 1 gram. The reason of increasing in weight is because the salt concentration, which is higher in salt solution, diffuses into the egg, which then makes the weight of the eggs increases and the eggs become salty. On the other hand, the weight of the unsalted egg decreased by 1 gram. This is probably because of the liquid in the egg has vaporized within the 1 week period, because it can be observed that the egg is a little bit wet and there is a white mark in the small bowl indicates that there is liquid coming out from the egg. The salty taste of the egg white indicates that the salt from the salt solution diffuses into the eggs. The eggs have the semi-permeable membrane in the inner side of the shell. This membrane allows the salt and water movement to achieve a net salt osmotic pressure between the eggs and the salt solution. The gritty texture of the egg yolk proves that the moisture of the egg yolk decreases. As mentioned by Chi and Sang 1998, salting seems to cause the loss of egg yolk moisture and the diffusion of salt into egg white and egg yolk. In conclusion, osmosis is one of the ways to preserve foods in food preservation industry. It includes pickling, sugar coating, and salting. Salting could improve the taste of the foods. Also, it requires less energy consumption other than giving a longer shelf life for the food. However, as mentioned by Yadav and Singh 2014, the disadvantages of this method is that the osmotic dehydrated products have higher water activity and the process takes time. Salted duck egg is high in protein and fat. Even so, during salting, only small differences in the lipid composition and fatty acid profile were found in the eggs relative to fresh eggs. By the way, my name is Muna and this is the end of my video. Thank you for watching and see you again.